Demonstration today is to highlight the death of Mr. Clarke up in the Northern Territory, and we decided to hold it out Corrective Services New South Wales because a report has just come out from the Ombudsman that finds that jail officers have been assaulting prisoners. And whilst we're here to publicise the death of Mr. Clarke, we're also here to protest against the assaults on inmates in New South Wales jails. A further practice that we want to highlight today is the one of shackling. In custody is a national issue. Shackling of inmates in hospitals is a national issue, and assault of inmates is a national issue. And, we're here today to highlight these three events and call for justice. Police brutality, not only against Aboriginal people, but all people who they consider to be lesser mortals than themselves. We are still arguing to the New South Wales government and to the Ombudsman that, in fact, we want tasers withdrawn. A special unit needs to be set up where they can be called in when there is no other alternative. But to give tasers to, young people full of testosterone straight out of the police academy and tell them that they are invincible, it only creates problems. Tasers must go. Roberto Ladicio Curti, he was tortured by the 6 coppers who allegedly chased him. They didn't chase him. And what they started with pepper spray. Now that blinds you. Then they caught him and they belted his head against the frame of a shop window. They let him go again. They hit him with a taser. He went down. Now there's 6 coppers. Couldn't walk over and grab him. They let him get to his feet. He got up and ran again. They tasered him again. Now that is just pure torture. He ran off again and they tasered him again. But this time he didn't get up. He died. Philip Bugman out at Will Canyon. They went into his home. He was having dinner. And they told him to leave the table, get onto the floor. He got to his knees. He still had a knife and fork in his hand. The police reckoned these were deadly weapons and they had to protect themselves. Absolute rubbish. Now, I know Philip personally. He's a pretty chubby lad, and to lay down face down on the floor would give him breathing problems. And that's why he didn't do it. So because they couldn't care less whether Philip had breathing problems or not, they tasered him. And that's why the magistrate threw it out of court. Case of Mr. Spratt. Now Mr. Spratt was tasered, I think it was about 13 or 14 times by the Western Australian coppers, and it's why he's not dead, I do not know. He was then taken into the care and control of Corrective Services, who also tasered him about 12, 13, 14 times. We've got to take tasers out of the system.